Hello, hi virtual village haulers, it's Kerry here for 30 minutes of very, very gentle, mindful Mobilates Pilates. So just moving really slowly because it is super hot today all over the UK, I think. I've got my water with me. I hope you've got yours, and I'll try and remind myself and you to take a drink as we're doing this. You might want to sit for a bit more of the class today because the sitting option is always there, just because your body is working really hard on keeping everything going when it's so hot. So you can sit or stand for this first half. You can even be sat on the edge of a bed, and then when we come to the lying down bit, and the lying down bit is going to be very welcome today, you could be doing that. I'm going to get down on this mat, but you could also be doing it on a bed. Just pull the duvet back so you've got a nice flat surface. I'm just going to move the comment section so I can see if any of you say hi, because we're on a different day this week. We've got Men's Health Week at Virtual Village Hall, so extra things on, so little shifts in the timetable. So I'm here a day early on Tuesday. I'm normally here on a Wednesday at 4:30. Let's get started. If you're new here, if you're a regular, you can always pop and say hello, and I'll have a look afterwards and say hello after I finish class and comment. Right, feet a little wider than this would be hip width. I look down and there's about a room for a paperback book between my feet, but I want you to stand a little bit wider. You can feel your feet on the floor. I can feel my feet are a bit sticky because I'm hot and I'm on a mat. Same if you're sitting. And then we're going to sit up, stand up, send our head upwards. I'm just looking to see who that is. Kim. Yes, I know. It's messing with my mind as well. I'm so routine based, but I'm here at the right time for this week, next week, Wednesday. Let your arms go. Give your belly a stroke and let your belly relax. So we don't have to hold back. We can let it go. We're going to breathe into the belly for a relaxing breath to start. So you can still send your head upwards. That's the crown of your head. I always think of putting my crown on and sending that crown up. As you breathe in, let your belly swell. So you feel that sort of puffing out, starts low and it comes up to about here. And you can feel your chest expand a little as your lungs get that air. As you breathe out, feel it going back. As you breathe in, feeling pressure going downwards. I'm doing this shape because the pressure is going down to that shape of your body. And as you breathe out, feeling of lifting up slightly, feeling these muscles coming up. It's very gentle. Breathing in, slight downwards pressure. Breathing in, just that feeling of coming back a little and lifting up. One more like that. And then just a normal breath. Moving our feet in a little closer. I'm peeling mine off my mat. Looking down at your feet. And you're looking for that gap between them. It's about big enough to put a paperback book. Little softness in your knees so you're not super rigid. We're going to send that crown upwards, feeling some length in the spine. So you feel your neck is longer. Is that Irene? Hi Irene, you've got me on a different day. You've made it. And from here, we're just going to do pelvic tilts. So you're just tucking your bottom slightly under and then rocking back the other way. And you can see the only bit that's moving is between my hands. The rest of my spine is keeping the same shape. So it's just really low down, feeling tucking under here with a soft bottom and then rocking back the other way. And then find that in between point. And then we're going to take it in circles. So these circles have got a little tuck under and a little arching, just like our pelvic tilts had. So if I show you from the side and put my hands in the same place, the thing that moves more, you can see my knees moving, and it's the same in the chair. You get that same movement, and you've got the base of your bottom and your sitting bones, the bony bits of your pelvis down here on the chair. Take it the other way. Use this tension in your belly. Those muscles there, just a gentle tension, feeling like maybe there's a cold breeze, I wish, going across there. Last one. And then we'll come to upright, sitting upright, standing upright. Let's take our head back a little so it feels like our neck has lengthened. And from here, we're going to start to draw a figure 8 on its side, so an infinity symbol with our nose. Start small and get bigger as it feels good for you. If it doesn't feel good to get bigger, keep it really small. So it's a good one for getting movement into your neck, but you're in control. I feel my figure 8 could be smoother. And then finishing that off, I'm going to make mine smaller to finish. And now starting to roll the shoulders. And let's bring breath into this. So as you bring them forward and up, that's a breath in. And round and back, that's a breath out. In through the nose. Out through the mouth or the nose, whichever you prefer. Last one like this. And then attention down to our feet. So I'm just coming back so you can just about see my feet. Check that they're still parallel. Lift and spread your toes. I find that lifting my fingers and spreading those out, it really helps with lifting and spreading my toes. So I look down at my toes and I lift and spread my fingers out because that's what I want my toes to do. My fingers are a lot more practiced than my toes are. And then when you've got them as spread out as you think they'll go, place them all downwards. Send your head upwards. Bit of tension in the belly. It's the same if you're sitting that upright position with your head, your legs in an L shape. And then we're just going to come forwards and backwards. It's not a very big movement if I show you from the side. Feel the weight going forwards, right to the pads of my toes, and back, right to my heels. Nothing's changing here. Keeping all this stays the same. That's it. And in the chair, it's nice to rest the hands here. The arms get a bit in the way. And you're hinging backwards and forwards. Doesn't need to be a big movement, but you need that tension there. That's it. And then we're going to go round in circles. So now if you're sitting, you're going to feel this right around your sitting bones in your bottom as you come off the sort of bony bits and onto the softer bits. And if you're standing, just taking it round. I'm just going to bring my legs in, they've gone a little wide, but if you always want to go wider, that's okay. And if you want your arms out a little wider, and then pause and take it the other way. Keep this tension here. That's what's stopping you falling over. And then bring it back to the centre. Let your arms go, have a little wriggle. Who was that saying hello? Jackie, hello. You've made it on my different day this week. Back to normal next week. Right, we're going into some heel raises. So just bringing one heel up then the other, but try not to wiggle from side to side. So keeping this as still as you can. You can put your hand here and feel how steady. If you can feel it shifting, we're trying not to do that. That's it. Next time one foot comes up, just that's the heel, just hold it there. Take the other arm upwards. And then we're going to start swapping in middle air. Middle air? Middle earth? Middle air. Mid-air. So it's a bit like we're doing a backstroke. You can see my arms are not rubbed straight. It brings too much tension in. I want them to be a little softer. That's it. And just getting that little transfer over. Think of going upwards as you switch arms. That's it. Last one. And then take the arm down. This time we're going to go up in a double movement. The arms are going to go outwards. If this is too much for you, you can do the same movement because if your balance is wobbly, especially today, you could have one hand on the chair and it would look like this. So let's go out, in, out. That's the one-armed version with balance. Out, in, out, in. Now, if your ankles are doing that, you're coming up too high. A little bit lower, smaller lift. So out, in, out, in. If you're coming up a little higher, try to come down slower. Even if you're coming up just a little bit, taking it down really slowly, almost like you're gathering something in, pulling something in towards you. Lovely. Last one. And then take the arms down. We're going to go into some side bends. So bringing your feet inwards if they've gone out, check that they're parallel. Place a hand here, side of your head, little salute, and we're just reaching down. That's it. And more than thinking about how far down this arm is going, I want you to think about how much you can open this bit up. Because that's what we're really trying to open. Last one. That's it. And then the same on the other side. I'm going to show you sitting. So if I'm sitting, I quite like holding onto the chair with this. So not dangling my arm down, but just holding on the chair seat. And if the salute is uncomfortable, you can put your hand here. But what the salute does is it keeps the fingers in contact with your head and it stops your neck doing that and going too far over. Which some people have got a lot of mobility, maybe more than they want, movement in their neck, and it can strain their head, strain their neck a little. So this just gives it a sort of point of contact. So you can concentrate on this bit because we're not trying to do stuff to the neck. That's it, last one. Lovely. And then we're going to go back to that movement we did before with the arms opening up. But this time, feet stay on the floor. So we take our arms up, open them outwards, you see the palms, just facing you. And then, keeping everything here still, we're just going to rotate. So it's the top half of my body. So if I bring my top up, there is this bit where the top is that we're trying to move. And the other bit's trying to stay still. But I have to put a bit of effort in to keep that from moving or to keep my arms from doing that. So if that's too much, you can take your hands to the tops of your shoulders or even other sides of your head again or behind your head. That's it. And then one more each way. Bring that down. Right, now we're going for some hip opening circles. So if you're standing, you might want that balance support. And we're just moving that hip outward circles. And if you're sitting, drawing that circle with your foot. Taking it the other way. That's it. Try to keep the supporting leg still. Might wobble a bit. And then we'll go for the other side. So I like my hands on my hips, but you could have your arms outwards. That works as well. This is my clunky side. And then taking it the other way. It doesn't hurt, it just makes that sound. Lovely. And then we're going to take it down to the mat with some swishes. So for these, soft in the knees and just take your arms loosely forwards and backwards. And then start to use the rest of your body in this. See my back staying straight? If you're sitting, Just the same. Breathe in as your arms come up, out as they go down. And then we're going to make our way downwards. So it might be that you start to kneel down like that and come down. It might be that you're going to sit on your bed, go to the side and roll onto your back. But take your time making your way down to the floor. I'll see you down there. It's a good time now to have a drink. Just whilst we take ourselves down and get comfortable, just a bit of hydration. I'm just going to swap us onto our lying down section. And we're going to start as we usually do on our backs. You might have a pillow behind your head. If you want a pillow, I think I'm going to have a little tiny cushion just under my head. And you want a bit of room for your arms to go back. I'm just checking I've got mine. And a bit of room for your legs to go long. I'm just in the right place. And then, normally we have our feet about this distance from the body. Today, a bit different. I want you to walk your feet down the mat until they're almost straight. Don't worry if you're just, I'm now on my heels. My toes are not quite reaching the mat. And take your arms outwards. There's a limit point when it starts to feel like you're going to arch away and you don't want to go into really popping off the floor. So that's about as far as I can go. And then just start to move your knees to one side and then the other. So we're just getting a little bit of rotation into the hips. My legs are that classic hip width apart, so it's about a paperback book. That's it. And then pause. Slide your feet back. Now they're where they'd normally be if I said lie down on the floor with your legs bent. And now let your knees sway. And this time, more of your spine is getting involved. This bit was staying flat on the floor before. I want you to keep your shoulder blades on the floor. So your arms are out to the side, your shoulder blades are against the mat. Keep them there. Anything else that wants to move and how far you want to go is up to you. Keep it soft and flowing. The energy is really when you're pulling back to the mat and using your belly muscles, back muscles. You can feel them kicking in as you start to bring your center back to the mat. And then take your legs wide. So now you're going as wide. I used to do a legging adjustment. At least as wide as my mat. I think I could go a little bit wider. And now dip one knee down and take the other knee out to the side. We get a right angle here and a right angle in the other leg. I'm not going to measure you, so you're okay. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, bringing the back of your pelvis back to the floor, swapping over. And I find this back foot here, it's sort of got the steering. So you can, if you like, you can rock yourself a little bit. Or you can just stay still and just let gravity take over. I feel like I'm melting into the floor. Take a breath in. Breathe out, come back to the middle, feeling everything getting back into contact, and heel toe your feet in. And then right in to the center. Feet are touching, knees are touching. Now let them fall outwards. And you can rock again here. You can either use a bit of momentum from the side. I like to squeeze each glute, each bottom. And that just, if I put turn and sort of squeeze and go on and off, it just gives me a little bit of movement. And then bring your legs together. Soles of your feet on the floor, heels outwards, toes forwards. Perfect. Now bring your hands into your belly. A little wriggle, get yourself comfy. We're just going to do a little pelvic tilt here. So instead of breathing into the belly, I want you to breathe into your back and your sides. Feeling the expansion here as well as a little bit at the front. And as you breathe out, feel your belly pull back underneath your hands, pulling downwards towards you. Breathe in, get the expansion here again. Breathe out, feel that belly tighten. One more, just like this with the breath. Right, next one's going to be different. Breathing in here again, get that widthways expansion. As we breathe out, bringing your pubic bone towards your nose, your bottom tucks under. The effort's coming from here. Breathe in, just relaxing down. One more like that. Tilting towards you. Breathing in, relaxing down. Take your arms down by your sides, palms downwards even. Breath in again, just the same. So this area's got tension, so you need to send the breath up here. As you breathe out, taking your arms, traveling back as far as they want to go. I'm going to hover mine, they're not going to go all the way. Breath in. And as you breathe out, they're going to come down by your sides, but not quite on the floor. Just hovering. Breathe in. Breathe out. So nothing else is moving. Nothing else is popping off the floor. Just the arms going with the breath. Next one's going to be different. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take the arms back. Breathe in. Bringing the arms up, and my head and chest are just coming up, and I'm now looking right here. Take a breath in. Breathing out, taking it down. Now, if that's too much for you, you can put your one hand behind your head and let your head be heavy in your hand. Take your breath in. And as you come up, use this area to bring yourself up and try and keep your head relaxed in your hand. Take a breath in. Breathing out, go back. One more like this. Breath in, breath out, coming up. Feel myself rolling on those shoulder blades at the back. Hold, breath in, breath out, down we go. And then take the arms down by the sides. Take this cushion out. Don't need that there anymore. So this time we're going to do that tilt again, but we're going to go higher. So arms are going to be down by the sides. Breath in. Breath out, pelvic tilt. But take it higher now, a little bit more, pressing into the feet, coming upwards. I'm not going to the full height, I've just got space here. That's it. Breathing in. And breathing out, gently taking it back, keep your bottom tucked under. Next one, I'm going to go higher. You go as high as you want to. Breath in. Breath out. Tilting, coming up a bit higher. That's it. The highest you should go for this, just looking for a line from the knee to the shoulder, no higher. That's it. Hold it. Breath in. And as you breathe out, melting downwards. Lovely. Breath in. Breath out. Taking it up. And then take your arms upwards. That's it. And leave them up. Mine are reaching up towards the ceiling. Leave them up there as you take your back downwards. And then take your arms behind you. Leave everything else on the floor. Take them back down to the floor. Breath in. Tilt. Pushing up. That's it. Taking your arms up. Maybe a bit further back. And now you've got an option. You can either bring them back to here and come down, or you can leave them hovering, or even, see if I can get mine on cushions in the way, on the mat. And this will give you a longer sort of stretch along your spine. And then as your bottom, see mine's hit the ground. Well, it's been placed very nicely on the ground. I didn't hit the ground. Just giving it a wiggle. And now take the arms downwards. We're going to roll onto our fronts. You could also do this next bit against a wall if you don't like going on your front, on your mat or on your bed. So take it, if you're not doing it on mat, take it to a wall and get really close. We're going to go onto our fronts, taking our arms quite wide and ahead. So they're roughly in a sort of goalpost type shape, like a rugby goalpost. Legs reach away. Very slight tucking under here. I do that because my back gets a bit tight. A lot of people will like a little bit of a tuck here. I'm feeling like you're trying to pull your belly muscles off the floor. Imagine a block of ice under there and you're trying to pull away from that. We're going to press the hands into the mat. Let the shoulders roll down, breath in. And then push up from the floor. Keep looking down at the mat as far as is comfortable. And then melting downwards. Breath in. Breath out. So roll down, bringing your face, your chest up. And then taking it down. So you shouldn't feel like any pressure here. Legs are reaching away. Bottom is a little bit tucked under. It's a little bit tight, but it's not really gripped. Think about these arms. Change the position to make it comfortable. So if they want to go a bit wider, try it a bit wider. And if you're doing this against a wall, it's just the same. You're just pushing away and then coming down. But you'll be quite close to the wall, maybe about a foot distance from the wall. Just getting this little back bend. Last one like that. And then reach your hands down by your sides. And if you're doing this standing, just do it directly in front of a wall so that you've got the wall there in case you're feeling wobbly. Taking a breath in. A little tuck under my bottom. We're just going to lift my head up. Put your hands directly on your thighs. And try and press in. And then take it down. It's a small movement, but it feels strong. Breath in. Breathing out. Coming up. Breathing in, coming down. This next one's going to be slightly different. Breath out, come up. And then see if you can take your arms outwards, a bit like a plane or a T shape. Still looking right down at the ground, at the mat, at the bed. Reaching those feet away. And then bring your arms into your side. And down. We'll do one more like that. But you can have a rest if you want to. Breath in. Breathing out and sliding those hands down my thighs like they're in really long pockets. Just bringing my head and chest up. And now those arms are coming out, palms down. And then taking them back to my sides, putting my hands down, imagine like long leggings pockets. And then coming downwards. And then we're going to push ourselves either back, like that, or if you don't like going back, you go onto your back. So you can push yourself, roll onto your side, and go onto your back. And just push yourself back into this sort of position. So it could be like this, or it could be like this. And if you like this, you can have a little rock side to side. And if you're in child, you could just give your bottom a little wiggle side to side. Then, if you're lying down, take your legs down. And we're going to reach our arms out like this. And take one arm across. And slide it this way. And the other arm across. And keep going like that. If you are on all fours and you've been in your child position like this, we come up to this position and it's the same sort of move, taking our hand underneath, And then sliding back, underneath, slide back. Thread the needle, this is called. You can also do this against a wall or leaning on a desk or a worktop. It just brings a nice twist into this section of the spine. Last one each side. And then take yourself to sitting. And we'll finish just how we started. So you can sit in any position that's comfortable. And you want your spine as upright as you can comfortably go. Close your eyes if you want to. We're going to take that breath into the belly again. So give it a little rub. It's been doing all that tension for the movements. Now is the time to let it go. Breathe in. Let that belly swell a little. And as you breathe out, just feeling it coming back. We're going to breathe in again. That feeling, that slight round feeling of downward pressure. And then as you breathe out, that feeling of upwardsness, of lightness. Breathing in that sort of heavy pressure feeling. Breathing in upwards, thinking of floating, thinking of a balloon, keeping your head up. One more breath in. Breath out. And a little wriggle. Back to normal breath. Arms out by the sides. Breath in. Look up to those fingers. Bring them in to your chest. Give yourselves a clap. Now is the time to have some more water. Take it easy because it's so hot today, and I shall see you next week. I'll be back on the Wednesday. I'll see you then. Enjoy the rest of the week, especially if you're taking part in the Men's Health Week. Lots of specials. See you soon.